Hey traders, how you doing? Happy Tuesday, Wednesday. It's about 5 a.m. on the 19th of February. Just doing a quick little review before the markets opens up. Check out what happened yesterday. What did happen yesterday? Well, this is what I did. I sat down, I opened my computer up, and I just drew this. Right? That's it. Impulse leg and shelf. That's it. That's where I start. This tells me a couple things. One, I'm looking for the wash. I'm looking for a stop. I'm looking for a stop. If you bought this stop, oof, barely. So this tells me a couple things. One, where's the watch? And then where's the retest, the high? It's actually down here, right? It's down here. And then an entry, right? I'm gonna run you through the holiday. Here's what it is. And we do this over and over and over again. I know it's really boring, but at the same time, we want to be very confident in what we're going to do and how we're going to approach this, because we're a little more serious than people that are flashing cash. How to make $28,000 in 10 days. That kind of stuff. This is real trading, real time. Impulse, right? We need an impulse. That's our signal. You have a shelf, step 2. The shelf gets washed, right? Price leaves the shelf and then it comes back up and cleans everybody out. And then it leaves again, giving us a test of the low. Maybe it takes out the low, creates a new low, but then it comes back and then it hits the test, the shelf again. We put our orders behind the wash, and then we target something toward the low, try to get out on a 3-to-1 trade on this little segment here. We're trying to do that 3 or 4 times a week, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So, oops, looking for some people. What am I doing here? How did I end up over here? Here's like, what is going on, Mike? Oof. I'm trying to find. I had all this stuff lined up. Now I can't find it. Where did it go? There it is. Too many charts open. Here's our hourly. Interesting, huh? I drew this yesterday. And all I was doing was using what we have. Now, it's not perfect. Didn't hit it to the core, to the nth. But, bounced off the top of this guy. Right? Bounced off the top of that guy. Is he going to keep going? Might it come down here? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But you can see how the coil expands. It might pull up into here again. And I might pull up into here and then just run off. This whole thing might be irrelevant. I don't know. It's pretty interesting though, huh? Just randomly, pick a spot and then see where it goes. Not too bad. When you do it enough, you start to see the way the market moves. So let's see what happened yesterday. How'd you guys do? You guys get into anything? I didn't. I'm actually traveling, so I didn't have a chance to trade. But let's take a look to see what happened so we can get a better understanding of what it is we're trying to do here. We're just trying to get this on a deeper level. You know, the mastery part of this comes in just the experience, like, not that I'm a master, but, to know that this is going to happen. I don't know it, but I've seen it before. I'm not trading it. I'm observing it. I'm not doing anything other than just trying to put risk on my side. Okay, so we're going to say 11:30. So here's our trading day, right? So let's forget about all this stuff. And you have all this stuff here. So we're sitting here with this, right? And we're just going to draw up our morning routine. We see the shelf. We're on the shelf. Okay, we're buying on the shelf. We're sitting on the shelf, I should say. Okay, and I realize this is hindsight, but this is how we learn, right? How scientists learn from dead bodies, right? We gotta look at the future to look in the past. Look at the past to look in the future. I'm sorry. So I've isolated myself to this position, right? I've put myself in this spot where I'm now ready to start my day, right? So I think we left off like around here yesterday. Price does its thing, pulls back in, pulls back down, comes over. Now I'm looking at that shelf like it's pretty juicy, right? You're looking at that shelf like it's pretty juicy. We haven't even started trading yet. The market opens right in here somewhere. Price does, comes down, pulls back. Okay, so we like that. Gives us some more stuff. And then market falls off at 7 a.m. Oh, before we get too far down the road, what's going on for our calendar? Redirected from CryptoCraft. What? CryptoCraft. What's this? Oh, forex factory. Yeah. Jeez Louise. These people. I was pushing in the wrong direction. Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday. Today we've got some Fed meeting minutes. I'm just gonna chat. Nothing big. And building permits are coming out in an hour, half hour. And then Thursday is unemployment claims, and then Friday is a busy day. I'm traveling, so I don't have to worry about any of this. Don't have to worry about it. Where am I going to be? I'm going to be down south, Southern California. Yeah, we're traveling in the camper, so we're moving around. And sometimes I just want to play with it, just see, the path. Here's your stop, right? Interesting. Just sometimes I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm just trying to get the feel. Why does price come all the way up here? Why is it, how do I get a better understanding of that? Like I've said before, on the impulse leg, the shelves can be kind of tight up against here, bounces into this guy, and it pulls back up. It comes down, pulls back up, right? Just easy stuff. And then it goes down here. See how it takes out the low, and then it pulls back up into this thing here. Now, these are swapped. So these are buyers, and they've changed to sellers. That's what your swap is. Then we have another impulse leg down, right? Sellers are here. And just following the price down. And then as the market opens, or as I'm getting ready to trade, I should say, I just, I know flow is down. And I always, get tricked by a couple things. A, that we're on the line of buyers, right, where buyers are at. So I struggle with, the market's going up on our major impulse, but on our minor impulse, it's coming down. So right now it's a free fall. So if I was, really on it, I could say I'm going to buy here with a stop below here. It's a smaller stop, but I'm saying, okay, I'm going to be behind this guy. So price has already tested this line. I mean, look at 1, 2, this whole thing, 3. Now we're at 4. And if you buy this, you can manage it, right? You can manage it. You can sit here and say, okay, this is, it's starting to take off, and you could, come up under break even or go to break even. Maybe just stay there, and you're out. You can buy it again. See, and look, I realize it's a challenge, and I'm not saying it's not. And we happen to know what happens, so we don't, to say, well, I would do this, but I can tell you from experience, when price starts to go my way, I typically start to, I want to take risk off the table. Now, I've lost, I've made trades and I've lost trades because of this concept. But I'm here to preserve my capital. Is really, as price goes up here, you might be like, great, And look at that shelf. There's 1, 2, 3. That whole thing's gonna get washed out. But you're stopped out. I'm stopped out. I mean, I didn't even, barely got into this thing, right? So the price comes off and it starts doing its thing. Does it come back up here? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's kind of doing this thing. And now you're like, and at this point, you're like, man, I should have just waited. I should not have moved my stop. I've done that 100 times. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Should have just left it. And right there. What's the harm in that, right? And it's up to you guys. It's how you trade. It's how this is what you bring to the market now, right? If you're in the mindset you always have to make money, you're going to struggle. If you're in the mindset of I need to protect my capital and I need to see clean trades that I can work, you're going to be in a better position. Because I know this is going to happen over and over and over again. I know it's going to happen over and over again. I see it happening over and over and over again. I don't have to back test it a year. I can back test it 2 days. I mean, how many examples have I shown that this is actually something that we can do? So let's just pretend that we didn't, but now we did. You're up here. Now you know the price is going to run into this. You're not sure if it's going to take off or not. Maybe you just want to sit ready to break even. I always get a little bit above it just because the contract, the cost of trading, like broker fees. Okay, so you're still in it. So maybe you say, okay, I want to go up a little bit more. Now you're up, and now it's going up. You're okay. We are in business. So then you say, okay, I'm going to go up to here, right? You're right behind this guy here. And it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And what are we waiting for? What are we thinking? It's going to go up all the way up here. What was our original spot? Somewhere down in here, somewhere, 25, somewhere in there. Second, so there's the spot there. Say it's 25. So we're really close. We're really close. Price comes back down. It ran into the pressure cooker or the kill zone from afar. We're sitting here. Come on, baby. Up, yep, here it goes. Oh, no. And then he's jerking with you, right? This is now, we've been in this thing from 7 o'clock, now it's 10 o'clock. And it comes back and it just breaks your heart because it came right back to, oh, and then it takes everybody out. So everybody is just hosed on this line. And I laugh because I've been hosed. But you look at this and you say, well, geez, where is this going to be my stop? Right? This is where I think my stop should be. And this is the only way that I use this much information. I'm usually like right in here, trading this little swing in here. Because it has nothing to do with that. But when I'm on this line, I'm now here. So now I see this and I'm like, oh, done. Just cooked them. Oh, but it brings back life. And now we're not trading anymore. So if you didn't get out up here and take where are we at? What did I say, 25? A 1-to-1 trade. Where am I at? 25? Oh, it was down here. No, I'm behind this guy. Yeah. Close. Real close. Hey, whatever. And then it just takes off. Just frustrates everybody. Chews them all up, spits them all out. Now, one of the setups I have after this happens, and it's usually just after, and I have to catch it at the right time, is there's usually a beautiful setup right afterward. Because everyone's shaken out and price has to organize itself in such a way. And this is how the market moves, right? There's an impulse, consolidation, and another impulse. Now, the consolidation can be small, big, whatever. But I look at that high and I say, okay, I'm going to get down here. And you have a really cheap stop. Maybe you're down here somewhere. And you can just catch a little, 3-to-1 on the way out. In this case, you could have caught more. But that's one of the places that I look for, and especially, here's another one. Get rid of this guy. Come in here. Right, something like that. There's no shelf on this one. There's no shelf. Call that a shelf, right? Boom, 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 right? Impulse, pulls back, washes out whatever you want to call that. Test, enter there. If you don't have a shelf or the shelf's really high up there, there's nothing wrong with taking that trade and saying, I'm just going to see if it hits. Right? You don't have a really good shelf. I don't want to buy it up, you could do it. You could do it. But I'm just, you could do it and still have a trade. But sometimes it's better just to wait. You have a couple of tests and then high, boom, 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 right? You're fine. But there's a couple trades afterwards that, and that's only because I can tell that this is a wash and it's cleaned out this line and now it's building and taking off from there. So if you went to break even there and you're still hanging in, yeah, there's a lot of different ways to trade, guys. The biggest thing you need to do is have a stop, right? When you set out your orders, that being said, let's go back to the to this guy here. This guy just doesn't want to play to our hourly, and we'll see if how this plays on this line. It might come all the way down here and take off again. I don't know. The world's a really weird place right now. You know, the world is a very weird place. I'm gonna have to get in some defense spending instruments. It's just crazy. All right, guys, be safe out there. Talk tomorrow.